So, guys, we are going to be talking about how you can apply for the University of Luxembourg. I just want you guys to understand that we are already moving towards November, and what you should do is you should try to start looking at how the application system is going to look like in 2023. Now, there are certain things you need to consider. All right, first, when is the application going to be done? Or when is the application portal going to open at the University of Luxembourg? And the date is February. With regards to last year application, the portal was open in February and run through up to April. Alright, for those who want to study in Luxembourg. So if you want to study in Luxembourg from 2023, that is September October season, alright, which is the fall semester, you should know that application will start February, except otherwise it has to change, which I don't believe it can change. Now, February is the application or date, or let me say when the application is going to open, and it's going to run up till April. Another thing you should put into consideration is the application requirements and the application fee, the tuition fee, and other things which regards to the application, like the language requirements, which is something I'm going to be talking about. First, remember there is an application fee, okay? And the application fee is 50 euros. That is the application fee for last year at the University of Luxembourg. This year it may change, okay? So you have to be on guard in order to check all of these things, because if you do not prepare yourself very well, you may not submit a right application. I want to also draw your attention to the fact that early preparation will guide you to success, all right? Do not rush things. Now, there are requirements you need. For example, if you are applying for a bachelor's degree programs, but before I even talk about the requirements, let me draw your attention to the fact that some programs, all right, most of the programs at the University of Luxembourg are not taught in, let me say, are not only in English language. You will have programs with multiple languages like the French, all right. You also have some programs like French and German, and of course English. That is, you have one degree program that is taught in 3 different languages. You will always find this on the application website. However, there are still some other programs that are just taught in the English language. So someone was asking me a few days ago if it means that there are no programs taught entirely in English language. No, there are programs taught entirely in English language, and I will be telling you some of the programs, alright, in subsequent videos. I just want to draw your attention to the fact that admissions is going to start by February. Now, if you have a program that is taught in many languages or multiple languages, then you should look at the language that has a higher percentage. For example, there is a program like computer engineering at the University of Luxembourg for the master's level. They may put on the website that this program is taught in English 55%, French 30%, and German in the rest, the remaining percentage. All right. So in this case, if you have an English proficiency, you are good to go. It doesn't mean that if you don't understand the other languages, you cannot study this program. No. If you have a greater proportion, or if you can speak the highest language which the program is going to be taught in, then you should apply for it. That is how these things work. Now, let's talk about the requirements you need to study at the University of Luxembourg. They include 1, your WAEC certificate. That is a very critical document. And if you are applying for the WAEC, or let me say applying for a program at this university, you should understand that engineering programs, science programs need higher scores, all right? If you do not perform well in chemistry, physics, mathematics, and of course your English language, do not apply for a program that requires science background. Okay, because that way it is going to limit your chances of getting the admissions. Again, another advantage at the University of Luxembourg is you have a probability to choose many programs. You can apply to at least 2 or 3 different programs. All right, we hope that is going to still be the same like it was last year. That's another thing. Then for the requirements, I haven't finished. Remember, you need a curriculum vitae as well. You need a copy of a motivation letter. Sometimes the program will require you just to write a short essay to prove your competency or your zeal to study the program. All right, so these are some of the things you should know. For master's degree student, of course, you need a bachelor's degree certificate. English proficiency is very important. If you have your IELTS or your TOEFL, that is advantage you, but remember, it is not compulsory. But however, if you have it, submit it, because it is going to improve your chances of getting the admissions. All right, I'm just saying this so that you understand all these details before February comes around. Now, I already talked about the requirements, all right? I am still talking about the programs. There are a lot of programs at the University of Luxembourg, especially when it comes to computer sciences, all right? You will have engineering programs as well. Now, pay attention to the fact that some of the requirements may not be the same per nationality. Right? You may find requirements for Nigerians pretty different from Ghanaians or from South Africans or from Cameroonians. So always check requirements based on the program and the nationality you come from. That is country specific requirements and program specific requirements. Okay, it's very important. Now, a very critical thing you should note here is that the University of Luxembourg is absolutely tuition free, okay, which means that you are not going to be paying tuition fee, but there is a registration fee you have to pay of 200 euros. Okay, you should read the website for more information. It is very important you understand all of this so that you do not mix it up. If you are targeting free tuition universities, this is another advantage for students or people who don't have fees to pay. Someone was telling me that he come from a very poor background. They don't have money. Then I recommended the Erasmus Mundus scholarship to the person. I also recommended the Masterclass Foundation. I equally talk of applying to grad schools because he can equally land a scholarship. All right, there are funding opportunities like graduate teaching assistantship and graduate research assistantships in US universities. So it is now left for you to put in the work. And I equally told this person to apply to a vocational school in Finland. All right, which I have a video on, and of course to equally take a look at this University of Luxembourg. It is advantage you, all right? It is advantage you if you are looking for cheaper options. Let me put it this way, and you don't have money. Now you need to put in the work so that you can increase or maximize your time, all right? Because there is no time to waste. If you don't have money, you have to work to get what you need for free. All right, remember the University of Luxembourg, like I said, if you are granted the admissions, you are just going to pay your 200 euros. But remember that you still need proof of funds. All right, it's still the very same thing for Germany and Norway. These are options now for those who don't have money and they want to study. But remember these other options, Germany and Norway, if you have an admissions, of course you still need to document that you have money to be taking care of yourself. But for grad school, you are going to be given funding opportunities which you don't need money again, especially if you get fully funded. Okay, then for the University of Luxembourg, of course, you will need money, but not that huge money. I have a video about that on my YouTube channel, so please, you can verify that. Then we already talked about the programs, all right? We talked about the fees. And like I said, the fees is free. You just need 200 euros, all right, in order to study in this university. Now, there are certain things you need to know about immigration processes, all right? As soon as you get the admissions at the University of Luxembourg, there is something you need to do, very important. You need to accept your position. That is the first thing. Then after accepting your position, you now need to apply for the visa. The first visa document you need is that admissions letter you got from that university. It is very important because that is the only document to prove that you have a reason to migrate to Luxembourg. There are a lot of African students who may not find the Luxembourg embassy, or let me put it this way, the diplomatic mission for Luxembourg in their home countries. But in that case, it is not a problem, all right? You can equally find neighboring countries or other consulates or other embassies that are doing the same process. For example, in Cameroon, it is the Belgian embassy that is responsible for long stay visas to Luxembourg. Okay, you can contact them and ask if you can equally apply for the visa. In Nigeria, I think there is an embassy somewhere around Nigeria called the Benue State. I can't remember very well, but Nigerians, please, you have to verify again from the Belgian embassy in Abuja or Lagos. I don't know where it is, all right? Ghanaians do the same thing and other nationalities do the same thing, all right? Application opens February and it is pretty the same. It is not difficult to do the application. All you need to do is to gather your documents. English proficiency, please write your IELTS or TOEFL scores or exams, all right? Write these exams. They are very important, very important. For those who don't know, these exams are very important. I'm emphasizing again, these exams can literally carry you into the programs at this particular university. Yes, if you don't have them, you may limit your chances of going in, but if you have these qualifications, they might just carry you into the program. So that is something you need to know. Again, Luxembourg is a very rich economy and a very big country, all right? As an international student who intend to study in Luxembourg, understand that you can work, but not all the ages. People between 0 to 17 years no, to 25 years, they have a particular permit they are going to get in order to hustle in Luxembourg. I think maximum 15 hours a week. Then those above 27 years, you need to get a particular document from the officials. All these details are found on the website. I shall talk about them again as admissions period draws closer. Now, that is for people who are looking for jobs. Of course, you can work. Now, somebody was asking me about asylum. If you need asylum, you need to go into Luxembourg before you seek asylum. All right, that is how the process is done, and I think this is going to help a lot. Now, for the others who were asking me about the immigration processes, you can equally check the Immigration Luxembourg website. Alright, all these details are found there. Check and see. And remember, there is an advantage for you studying in Luxembourg. The first advantage is that transportation in this particular country is free. Alright, and this country is the country that produced most of the steel that was used to build skyscrapers in the United States. Yes, a lot of people don't know, but the skyscrapers you find in the US, most of the steel that came out or that was used to build those skyscrapers came from Luxembourg. Alright, and if you are living in Luxembourg, there is a possibility that you can move in and out of all EU countries: Belgium, France, Germany, and other places. Alright, and remember, the language there is not English. They speak Luxembourgish and alongside other languages. But if you are a student there, it is possible that you study in Luxembourg and of course get a post-study visa, which is a permit to permit you study again, or let me say live and study or live and work in Luxembourg. It is possible. But again, if you ask my opinion, I would say try to learn a bit of French. Alright, when you go into Luxembourg now, you can always practice the other languages, because French is also very dominant in this particular country. Now, we have finished with that. For those who have been asking if there are other programs, I do not think there is a law program. Someone asked me if there is law at the University of Luxembourg. I'm not very sure. But I will put a link in the video description box that will be able to give you all programs available in this institution. And like I said, IELTS is very important. Motivation letters is very important. Your CV is very important. Your bachelor's degree transcript and attestation is very important. Your WAEC certificate is very important. Your WSS certificate is very important. Your O and advanced level, very important. Alright, I'm just saying this because these are some of the documents you need. And now, when you are about to apply for this university, do you need to legalize your documents or not? If you ask my opinion, I would say that authenticate your documents at the level of their university, Ministry of Education, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, so that at the end of the day, even if you do not need authentication, just the fact that you have passed through the various ministries is going to show that this person is actually serious. Alright, these are just tricks and tips I'm just giving you so that you can easily grab the admissions at the University of Luxembourg, because I know the competition is becoming higher and things are becoming very difficult. Yes, if you don't know, things are getting tougher and tougher every day. Alright, from what I'm saying, before maybe 2024 2025, to move to Europe is going to be a talk of war. So please, if you must migrate, you have to start putting in the work right now. It is not going to be easy. Yes, I understand it's not going to be easy, but these are certain things that we need to put into consideration. Remember, I said it's either you are moving to Luxembourg, or you are moving to Belgium, or you are moving to France. There are a lot of videos on this channel about moving to France as a student. There are a lot of videos as well as moving to Belgium as a student. Belgian admissions is going to start anytime from December. So I will be talking about most of the universities that are opening in Belgium very soon. Alright. Most of the universities opening in France, I am talking about that already. There are videos on the channel. Very cheap studies in France, or very cheap schools are located in France. I talked about the University of Paris-Saclay, the University of Saint-Ouen, the University of Strasbourg, the University of Paris-Cité, alright, the University of Paris. There are a lot of them. The University of Orleans, alright, there are a lot of them. You can check them. At how much tuition fee? 243 euros for master's programs, 170 euros for bachelor's programs, and 380 euros for PhD. Yes, that is how French universities are. In fact, most schools in the European Union that are central around Luxembourg, Belgium, France, Germany, if you look at it very well, you will see that you don't really need too much money to spend. The only country I think you need a lot of money is Germany, because you have to show the blocked account. Alright, then again, for proof of funds to study in Luxembourg, there is a video on the channel. Please check that video and watch it, and also navigate to the immigration side of the video. That particular video has the links in the description box. If you need a one-on-one consultation with me, of course, check the description box. There are links there. Alright, so these are the information. This is the information I have to give to you. I will be talking about other schools. There is a school that you can study physiotherapy and sports science and food and nutrition, I think so. There is a school in Luxembourg. I will be talking about it. I think the name is Lunex University. So if you have been looking for a school where you can study sports science, physiotherapy, anything related to sport, things related to nutrition, check this university, Lunex University. All right, it's also found in Luxembourg City. Then there are a lot of other business schools in Luxembourg. If you are looking for a career in accounting or economics or financial management, check business schools in Luxembourg. All right, I hope this is going to help you. Until we meet again in another one.